Hello, my name is Jonathan Tanner, and this is the PowerPoint presentation for the Ministry Communication Proposal for Valley Landmark Missionary Baptist Church. What is the purpose of this PowerPoint? This communication proposal is given for the intent and purpose of improving and ensuring the effectiveness of communication at Valley Landmark Missionary Baptist Church. Valley Landmark Missionary Baptist Church seeks to continue to develop and grow in its effectiveness when it comes to its channels of communication. Due to this fact, Valley Landmark Missionary Baptist Church has designated specific duties to certain individuals and will take surveys and feedback to properly gauge the growth and betterment of the communication channels utilized in this ministry. The effectiveness of communication from Valley Landmark Missionary Baptist Church to the receiving audience is one of the reasons for this proposal. What are some of the communication methods and objectives? Some of the communication methods that Valley Landmark Missionary Baptist Church utilizes is the social media, such as Facebook, the bulletin that are announced on a weekly basis in our bulletin, where individuals receive this as they walk into our building, and as well as verbal announcements that individuals will receive from those that are in church and their friends that they talk to and engage in conversation with. Last but not least, we have the ACS, or the all-call system. This allows individuals who are signed up and who would like to receive information through calls or texts to be able to receive those throughout the week. What are some of the objectives? Well, according to data collected in the needs assessment and interview projects, one of the goals of our church is to deliver multiple announcements to our church family and visitors that we have. A way that we can ensure and gauge the effectiveness of the objectives of our communication methods is by the results that ensue. An example of this could be when our church announces that there will be a business meeting and the turnout of people is exceptional. This reflects on the communication methods of our church and shows through the results that our communication methods are effective. Another goal that we have at our church is to get information to exclusive individuals who need specific information. An example of this could be if the music department needs specific information regarding the songs or order of the services that will be conducted on Sundays. Wall Raven ensures that multiple events take place when a department meeting ensues. Some of these are, but are not limited to, the improvement of communication and collaboration between team members, the cross-pollination of ideas, and the improvement of the work environment. Who is our audience at Valley Landmark Missionary Baptist Church? The stakeholders whom the community plan will impact are primarily the members of Valley Landmark Missionary Baptist Church. However, there are some exceptions. These could include, but are not limited to, the staff at church, the Sunday school teachers who teach at the church weekly, helpers of various ministries, as well as the members of Valley Landmark Missionary Baptist Church. The secondary parties that could be affected by the communication plans is the general public and others, such as the attendees of church, but not necessarily church members, as well as, secondly, the visitors of Valley Landmark Missionary Baptist Church. What are some of the communication channels and tools that Valley Landmark Missionary Baptist Church uses? These could include, but are not limited to, social media, again, such as Facebook, the all-call system, verbal communication that we utilize on a weekly basis and almost on a daily basis, and then the bulletin as well. What are some of the key messages? Some of the key messages that Valley Landmark Missionary Baptist Church strives to ensure that is communicated is the announcements concerning special events, such as our annual events, such as Easter services, Christmas services, etc. These also could include such things as funeral services in the unfortunate event that someone goes home and, Lord willing, has accepted Christ as their Savior. This could also include such things as a joyful celebration of a holy ceremony such as weddings as well. At Valley Landmark Missionary Baptist Church, our church may have multiple and various events throughout the year. From specialist services to unfortunate events that happen, we have prepared and have equipped ourselves to have efficient and effective communication during this time. Our church's mission is making disciples by evangelizing the world, exalting God, equipping saints, and encouraging maturity. To accomplish this, the following messages would be issued. In regards to the key messages, again, these go back to such things as social media, the bulletin, etc. What are some of the communication strategies and tactics that we use? Some of the communication strategies and tactics that we utilize are the sharing of an announcement through social media, the bulletin, and verbal announcements. This announcement will be posted once and then again as the date nears. The bulletin and verbal announcements will be given weekly to remind stakeholders of an event as it nears. Again, this could include such things as yearly annual events. What's the second strategy that will be employed? The second strategy that will be employed is the reminder through pamphlets. The reminder through pamphlets will be an event that will be happening on a yearly basis for such things, again, such as Easter services and other annual events. This will be done once to ensure the effectiveness of the communication method and strategy as it reaches its maximum potential. The third strategy that will be utilized is social media, visual announcements such as the display board and a piece of paper posted on the doors of the church buildings to communicate to potential visitors that our church doors will be closed due to a severe emergency. This could include such things as weather and other various issues. The fourth strategy that will be implemented to achieve the goal of effective communication is to communicate again through social media and word of mouth in the case of an unfortunate event, such as the passing away of a church member and the funeral to follow. This could be communication in a crisis. This announcement will be posted once over social media and updates will be given as seen fit by the communication ministry director. The fifth strategy that will be utilized to ensure that proper announcements and communications are taking place is the announcement of a special skit. The special skit will be announced 2 weeks or 6 months before the event is supposed to take place. The date and times of the special holiday services will be given in the service during the skit. The skit will be announced. The skit will be performed 2 weeks before the event. Dorney elaborates on the multiple reasons for having various strategies for communication and how it's beneficial. Some of these are such things as the ability to adapt to different audiences and situations that will arise, and the ability to build trust and credibility with the audience. Through having various strategies and communication tactics in regards to communication, Dorney emphasizes the past. What is the implementation plan? The implementation plan that will be put into place to execute the communication strategies include multiple steps that are as follows. The first implementation plan will address and aid in establishing the sharing of an announcement. The steps that will be taken to implement this communication strategy will be to fill the position of social media manager. This ministry position will be announced through various means of communication until the position is filled. Once this position is filled, the responsibilities of the social media manager will be given to the individual responsible for managing this ministry. The social media manager will occupy this ministry position for as long as the time that they and the church ministry leaders see fit. The social media manager will also report to the communications manager who oversees the announcements in the bulletin and the verbal announcements. Secondly, the implementation of the plan will be the choosing of a leader to lead in the passing out of flyers. During this time, an announcement will be given in church that anyone interested in leading a team to pass out pamphlets and flyers will need to see the outreach coordinator. Once the outreach coordinator approves the person to lead this outreach ministry, the person chosen as the leader will then be given the list of responsibilities that this outreach event includes. The details will consist of how many flyers will be passed out, to what neighborhoods people should go to distribute the flyers, and what date the event will take place. The third plan that will be implemented to ensure a smooth and successful transition of the communication strategies will be the selection of a communications ministry leader. The senior pastor will handpick the communication ministry leader who will be presented before the church for approval. Once an individual is picked, the responsibilities will be given them along with a specified list of their responsibilities on paper. This ensures that the communication ministry leader will know what their roles are, their responsibilities, and what expectations will be expected of them. The communication leader will job shadow multiple staff members at the church in order to know their needs and how the communication leader can aid in serving them by communicating effectively. The training period of job shadowing will ensue on the first day of the job for the communication ministry leader. The job shadowing will consist of 1 month of shadowing multiple and all individuals who are on church staff, which will be followed by a weekly meeting of all staff and a weekly staff meeting. The fourth implementation plan is what to do in a dire situation. This will be handled by the communication ministry leader with extreme sensitivity. This could include such things as the death of a church member, the disastrous results of a surgery, etc. This will be handled again by the communication ministry leader with extreme sensitivity. The communication ministry leader will meet with the senior pastor for an emergency meeting whenever a loss or tragedy ensues. This ensures that proper and helpful communication is given to the appropriate audience, which will help ensure that the communication being shared will be beneficial regarding the situation and not harmful. The communication ministry leader will announce the details regarding the events that will take place if there is a loss of a person's life and/or tragedy. To ensure the fifth plan is implemented effectively, the communication ministry leader will announce the annual skit for the annual service approximately 6 months before the special event. This event will take place 2 weeks before the annual service starts. What are some of the evaluations and adjustments that can take place? Some of the evaluations and adjustments that will take place is how effectively did everyone who was included in the participation of the event do their part? This will help to evaluate the status of where Valley Landmark Missionary Baptist Church's communication plan stands. Number 2, how many people attended or said that they didn't know about the event? This will help to see and to ensure that individuals understand what the event is. Number 3, how many questions were asked after the announcement was made? This shows how clear the message was. And then what do the surveys say after significant yearly events? And then what do people say were pleased with the events or displeased? What were they displeased or pleased with? Some of the adjustments that will take place after the evaluation will be to clarify what their roles are to the participants. The leaders will meet with the participants to ensure that this is done effectively. An adjustment that will take place could be the announcement of the event sooner, in a different way, or maybe even more times than before. Last and final thought for an adjustment could be direct all questions to a specific person who has been properly equipped with the knowledge needed to answer any and following questions pertaining to the event effectively. What's the conclusion of this PowerPoint? The conclusion is that the designation of duties and responsibilities must be given. This must be very, very clear, and this must be done effectively. Also, in regards to the improvements of this proposal, in order to improve, we must be able to follow what Lawson and Hussein say in their articles. Lawson asserts that for a task to be done effectively, 3 things must be present. These 3 items is that accountability must be in place, the person in charge must be responsible, the giving of feedback also must be present, the proper instruction must be given, and then also the assigned task must be communicated clearly.